Hello and welcome back to The Drag Detective. Last week we talked about the worst, most rotted seasons of Drag Race, and now we're going to have a more positive experience. You know, this is the week of Thanksgiving here in the US, so we should give some thanks to the good things that Drag Race has given us, which is plenty of great, incredible seasons over the years. So we're going to talk about them one by one and what made them the golden standard for Drag Race. Let me know in the comments below what seasons you are expecting to see. I also want to give a shout out to 2 international seasons that I personally have not seen, so I can't really talk that much about, but I know are like so beloved by the people who have watched them, and that is Drag Race España Season 1 and Drag Race Philippines Season 3. So I know it's kind of horrid that I still have not seen those seasons, and maybe down the line that's something that we will do. We'll, go back and rewatch some of the international seasons that I've missed over the years. But those 2 seasons absolutely belong on this list. So they get a nice little shout out in the beginning of the video. Now, the first season that we are going to talk about is Drag Race Season 5. Season 4 almost made the list. I do feel like now it's been a little tainted because of the winner. But I do feel like Season 5 is really when they got their stuff together. Season 4, it still has like a little teeny tiny bit of that like crunch factor of those early seasons. And Season 5 feels like the start of a new era. The budget is up, but it's still this like chaotic editing that they had in Season 4. They are building the storylines. Even if they don't necessarily exist there on that said day, they are building the storylines from the cast. I mean, this is probably the strongest This is such a weird cast because the top half of the cast is some of the most iconic, most incredible queens to ever be on the show. And then the bottom half of this cast is queens that the fandom has basically all forgotten. But, I mean, you have so many legends on this season. Alaska and Jinx and Roxy, and Detox, and Coco, and Alyssa. J. Jolie just finished her second run on Titans, on Dragula. Like, this cast is so good. And the drama is insane. From Serena Chacha starting havoc left and right in those first couple of episodes to Coco and Alyssa's season-long arc that they squeezed every morsel of drama juice they could out of. And then, obviously, the Jinx and Roxy, or I guess Jinx versus Rolaska talks, but it's really Jinx versus Roxy storyline that kind of culminates in her winning the crown at the end. This season really showed what Drag Race could be with even higher budget and with, like, talent that we have, I don't want to say yet seen, but, like, the amount of talent on the season we had not seen. I mean, this cast is just everything, and I think led to the second season that I would consider a gold standard season of Drag Race, which is the very next season, Season 6. Now, Season 6 is a lot. I feel like there's 2 seasons that come up when people say, what is the number 1 season of Drag Race of all time? We'll talk about the other one in a little bit, but Season 6 is definitely, I would say, probably the most beloved regular season of Drag Race of all 17 seasons. And again, a lot of it comes down to the cast. You have Bianca Del Rio, you have Adore Delano, Courtney Act, Darian Lake, Ben de la Creme, Milk. Let's not forget about Milk. April Carrion, Vivacious, Kelly Mantle, Gia Gunn. There's just, Jocelyn Fox. I could name Trinity K. Bonet. Every single person on this cast is an icon, except for Magnolia. Isn't she MAGA now? Am I making that up? Maybe that's a deep dive. Queens from Drag Race that have gone MAGA. Nicki Minaj. Season 6 has so much drama, so many feuds. Bianca versus Trinity and Laganja. Milk and Gia Gunn had a little, drama going on. The Jocelyn and Courtney storyline that they kind of put together. Adore Delano versus Laganja. It is just, there's Ben de la Creme versus Darian Lake. There are so many rivalries, so much drama, but also so much heart. You know what I mean? You see the friendship between Bianca and Adore form. You see how close that top 4 gets as the season goes on, and it is just a phenomenal season with phenomenal drag, and I would say this is the season that stepped up the runways. Season 5's runways, for the most part, minus Detox, and Roxy and Linacia Sparks, are pretty crunch central. They're pretty crunch central, but Season 6, I mean, you have queens like Milk pushing the boundaries of what can even be on Drag Race. You have queens like Courtney Act coming with these humongous silhouettes. I mean, I think that her bird look with the huge wings, that really stepped up what Drag Race could be. But even queens like Trinity and Ben had really, really great runways that truly like pushed what Drag Race was going to be moving forward. And I feel like it is kind of the bridge between seasons 1 through 5 and then what we're at now. It still has that like, you know, unsanitized, you know, it's not squeaky clean like some of the new seasons are. It doesn't know that, like, you know, it has all eyes on it like it does now, but it also it just has some better drag. So I really do feel like season 6 is kind of the best of both worlds. You get the best parts of both eras of Drag Race, and it is such a good season. And I will be doing it in January or February, I'll say, for the Riggery video. And I do think that is a very rigged season, but I don't think it's so rigged that it takes away from the season. So I'm excited to break it all down when we get to the Riggery of season 6 in January, February, whenever I get to it. It'll be early next year for sure. Promise. I promise. Scout's honor. I wasn't a scout. Now I want to talk about 2 All-Star seasons. We're going to kind of like jump in time a little bit, but the first one I want to talk about is the other season that comes up all the time when we're talking about what is the greatest season of Drag Race, and it is All-Stars 2. All-Stars 2 is just that girl. I mean, the cast, there's not a single queen on this cast that is not an absolute all-star, which even from, you know, the next season on, season 3 of All-Stars on, we have queens that didn't necessarily prove they were all-stars on the show. You know, it's great that, you know, we have queens that are out early, that we can give them a second shot, and we get the Raj O'Haras, we get the Kylie Sweeney Gloves. I love that. But this was a season of all stars. Every single one of them. I think every single queen had a challenge win, and I don't think that has been repeated in a Drag Race All-Star season since. Maybe on a international All-Stars potentially, but I don't think on a regular season 9 of All-Stars. Did they all have wins? I think they all had. Oh, Chanel didn't have a win. Oh, she had an All-Stars one. Whatever the case, most All-Star seasons, if not all, don't have everyone having a challenge win. Everyone on the season had a challenge win. Everyone here was like hungry for it. There were so many storylines. You know, we have Rolaska Talks again. We have Tatiana coming in as the underdog. We have Fifi O'Hara coming in as the previous villain. Is she going to prove herself that she's actually not a villain? Spoiler alert. No, but we love her so much. We love Jeremy Carey so much on this channel. Coco and Alyssa are there again, which obviously leads to nothing, but it could have, who knows? Katya is the lovable underdog. Like, there's just so much going on, and, you know, this is the first time that they sent each other home, which is a bit tired now, but at the time was sickening. Absolutely sickening. And the drama on this season from that, it's just so juicy. And I think because it's a little bit unsatisfying, you know, seeing Roxy make it to the finale, you know, having to watch Tatiana and Alyssa go home twice, like, it's those heartbreaking moments that make it really stand out in your brain. Because it's not because of any riggery, it's because of the queen's decision, and you can't really argue with that. That's what they decided to do. The lip syncs are insane. There's so many great lip syncs on this season, because obviously we have Detox and Alaska and Alyssa and Katya, you know, and they're all great lip syncers. Shut Up and Drive, which is usually named in the top 3, if not the top ever, lip sync on Drag Race. That is probably my favorite. All-Stars 2 is just filled with so many moments, and it is an incredible season. It's like a season you wish you could show someone as like their first season, but like obviously you can't because it's like an All-Stars, but it's like that good. It absolutely deserves the reputation it has, and it is for sure a golden season of Drag Race. Gold stamped. Next, we have All-Stars 6, which I think is the other All-Star season that is absolutely in S tier. It is my favorite All-Star season. It is my favorite season of US Drag Race, period. And it's telling kind of the opposite story of Drag Race All-Stars 2. All-Stars 2 is like, let's have these titans of the show who all killed it, who all made it super far. Let's see what happens when they go up against each other. And All-Star 6 is positing the question, What if all of these queens who are desperate for a redemption, who need a redemption in one way or another, whether that be for looks, whether that be for lip syncing, whether that be for challenge prowess, whether that be for just they had the potential, they never met it. What would happen if they got that redemption? It is the season of redemption. Raja O'Hara redeems her personality. Kylie Sonique Love redeems everything from season 2. Ginger Minj redeems, for the most part, her runways. Eureka O'Hara redeems her personality in the eyes of the fandom, for sure. She was pretty heavily disliked before the season, and, maybe disliked now again, but during this time, she was very well liked and just had a really nice presence on the season. Trinity K. Bonet got a redemption. Jan got a redemption. Silky Nutmeg Ganache got a lip sync redemption. There are just so many incredibly told stories on this season. There's very few queens that I feel like don't get any kind of storyline. Pandora Box, none for you, goodbye. But it's for most people that make it far on the season. And even some of the early outs like Jiggly and Jada get like really, really interesting dynamic storylines. The twist, the lip sync twist, the tournament to come back in is genius. I don't know why they haven't done it again. The challenges were great. The halftime show, I thought Pink Table Talks was fun. American Horror Story was crazy and gave me one of my favorite moments from the show ever. I'm your biggest fan! I will say the finale is maybe a little bit lackluster, but just seeing Kylie Sonique Love win that season is chef's kiss. What an incredible season. What an incredible storyline. The runways are absolutely across the board next level on that season. The judging was rigged, but there's been worse. I just feel like All-Star 6 is everything you love about Drag Race. It has some drama, it has incredible lip syncs, it has incredible runways, and it has really great storylines that make you fall in love with the cast. So to me, it is the ultimate gold standard season of Drag Race. Jumping back to the main seasons of the show, we're going to talk about season 9. This is the first season that's entirely on VH1. It felt like a new era of the show, and it is just so good because of the cast. Like, this entire cast is all-stars at this point for the most part. I think almost everyone that would come back has come back. I think we're waiting on Kimora Black, who's been in the casting for a couple seasons now and just kind of gotten cut last minute. And I'm trying to think who else hasn't come back. I don't think Charlie Hides would come back. I don't think Nina Bonina would come back. Like, everyone that could come back has come back. Peppermint has not come back, which is crazy. But when she does, she'll get that 4th crown. One of the strongest top 4s in Drag Race herstory. So many amazing challenges. Lady Gaga in the premiere, insane. There are a couple, stumbles. Obviously, the lip syncs aren't across the board that good. And the cheerleading challenge was crazy, but you have Valentina Masqué. You have the reunion, which is the greatest reunion in Drag Race herstory. You have the finale, which is one of, if not the best finale in Drag Race herstory. You have so many incredible moments between this cast. I love this Untucked. It's on YouTube, and I watch this Untucked all the time. This cast just vibes. This cast has so much chemistry, and there's so many memorable moments and runways and everything from the season. It is one of the best acting challenges in 90210 Ho. You have the iconic, Charlie Hides lip sync. You have iconic queens like Shea Coulee and Sasha Velour and Trinity the Tuck and Valentina and Aja and Pheromone. Everyone on this season, Peppermint, Alexis Michelle being, a delusional icon. There is just so much good on this season. It felt special at the time, and I feel like as time has gone on and we've seen so many of these queens come back and excel, basically all of them have excelled except for maybe Pheromone when they came back for All Stars. This is a top tier season, a top tier cast, and I think an incredible season of Drag Race. I also think, despite the odds, season 12 is just that bitch, and again, it's because of the cast. This is my favorite season of Drag Race. Probably my second ever. It's All-Star 6 and then season 12. So that was a great year for me because I think they aired within the same year. And, obviously they have the Sherry Pie situation. They aired during COVID. There was so much working against this season, and they still managed to give an incredible season. I could have been even better, I think, if they didn't have to edit out one of the main storylines of the season. fuck you, Sherry Pie, you sex pest, for ruining what could have been a 10 out of 10, 100% best season. This is like 95 because of her. So, I mean, again, we have so many iconic queens. We have Jackie Cox, we have Crystal Method, we have Heidi in Closet, we have Jada Essence Hall, an incredible winner. Gigi Goode, a very polarizing figure at the time that was really exciting to kind of have these debates over in the fandom. And even earlier outs like Jan, like Britta, like Aiden Zane, Nikki Doll hosts her own franchise now. So many great challenges. Again, another acting challenge you can actually sit through with Grey's Anatomy. The Madonna Rusical, I'm That Bitch. Like, there is just so many great challenges. Incredible runways. Some of my favorite runway queens of all time are on this season. And again, every time someone has come back from this season, they've made a huge impact. Even if they don't make it to the very end, Jan made an impact. Heidi definitely made an impact. We're going to see Crystal Method come on, and I'm sure she's going to be, like, killing it on All-Stars 11. Like, I'm just so... Jada Essence Hall on All-Star 7 was... You know, she didn't make the finale, but I think people fell in love with her even more on that season. This is just such a good cast with incredible chemistry. And even with the main storyline of Sherry versus Gigi being cut, I think that actually helps the season in some ways because they have to include just, like, random silly moments. And I think that really helps you just, like, vibe with this cast. It's like you're hanging out with them on set. It's just such an incredible season. And I love it so much. I think I'm going to rewatch it. Why not? The last regular season I think we should talk about is season 16, which just got everything kind of right. And again, just had one of those, like, amazing, incredible, charismatic casts with a lot of chemistry. You know, Saphira Crystal, Nymphia Wind, Plain Jane, who added so much to the season, and then even mid-outs like Plasma, and early outs like A Mandatory Meeting, like, and Mirage. Like, this season just had so many incredible queens on it. There was some really incredible runways. The challenges were great. I still think about ASMR Lover with Thick and Stick all the time. It had a great finale. It had the lip sync tournament, which I think we were all disappointed that there wasn't a reunion at first. But then we saw the lip sync tournament and we were like, never mind, that was iconic. We had Megami getting her huge redemption, Morphine winning the whole thing after winning nothing all season long. There's just so many queens from this season that I see coming back and becoming humongous stars. Even like early outs like Amanda and Mirage, I could absolutely see that. We have multiple queens from this season on season 11 of All Stars, and I'm excited to see how they do. I just think this is a really fun season. I remember watching this finale in LA at a club, and the energy was just like incredible. Like Morphine was there and Scarlet Envy was there. It was just like so much fun. Such a fun season, and I think of the modern era is definitely the most, like, it's got it all down. Like, it has everything you could possibly want. And we're crossing our fingers that season 18 has that energy. Now I want to talk about some international seasons, starting with France 2. Oh my god, France 2. There are so many icons on this season. Obviously, the winner, Kiona. The runner-up, Sarah Forever. But you have Peach, you have Moon, you have Punani, you have just so many, Mami Wada, so many queens on this season that then even came back to All-Stars and became even bigger stars. Like, this season just has such an incredible cast. Nikki Doll, like, I feel like she did have her shit together season 1, but she's, like, in her bag era this season. Like, she just, like, has it together. She's an incredible host. The production level was great. I thought the finale was iconic. One of my favorite final 2 lip syncs in all of Drag Race from anywhere that I've ever seen. France 2 just has, like, the perfect vibes. And I don't even like reading subtitles that much. That's why I don't watch a lot of international seasons. It's hard for me to, like, read the subtitles and watch the show. I feel like I miss so much of both. It's just kind of not my thing. But it was a season where I was like, all right, everyone is saying it's great. I'm going to watch it. And I was hooked. It was just so good. And I'm going to put an asterisk next to this next one because, like, I feel like we just need a little bit more time for it to cook in our heads before we, like, officially add it to, like, the golden seasons of Drag Race. But Drag Race France All-Stars was that girl. The dynamics were there. The fashion was, like, S tier for fashion. Incredible fashions. A great top 4, an incredible winner, Mami Wada, coming back and just annihilating. All-Stars France is incredible. and I hadn't even watched all of the seasons. I just kind of had Be Like Boy as like my guide through. But it was so much fun to watch, and if you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend it. Now we're gonna finish off in a franchise where we talked about two of the worst seasons that came from it, one of them currently airing, and now we're gonna talk about two of the best Drag Race seasons ever, also coming from it. It is Drag Race UK. We're gonna start with UK2. UK2 was monumental. It was so big at the time. I remember everyone was talking about it. Everyone talking about, are you team Lawrence, are you team Bimini? Everyone talking about how robbed Taste was every single week. Everyone talking about how annoyed they were with Ellie Diamond and Sister every week. And there were just so many icons on this season. Tia Coffee, Ginny Lemon, wake that up. Ahura, let me mention Ahura because I feel like whenever she comes back for a Versus the World or anything, that's a winner. That is a winner right there. To me. Love Ahura so much. So many great challenges on this season. So much great drag. It kind of also makes you feel part of the group a bit because you're watching them go through COVID, like in real time. Like they break and come back 6 months later, which is crazy. It's just so special. It's just a special season. When you're watching it at the time, it felt special. Now it feels special. There's just something about that cast. There's something about the dynamic that was in that room that was magic. That was a magical season of Drag Race. And the other season I want to talk about is my favorite season of UK, because I have to be the contrarian. Oh my god, it's like All Stars 2 is most people's favorite All Star season, but I have to be different, and my favorite is 6. And UK, most people's favorite is 2, but I have to be different, and my favorite is 6. Drag Race UK 6. Oh my god, I still haven't recovered from it. It had some of my favorite queens I have seen in such a long time. Marmalade, Lil, Lavoie, Release of Slaves, so many powerhouses on the season. And one of my favorite all-time things about this season are the lip syncs, because the songs that they chose for this season are incredible. We got Girls on Film by Duran Duran. We got Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. We got The Time Warp. We got Never Gonna Give You Up. There are so many incredible songs on this season. Kylie Minogue, Tension. I love that they had so many. Let's Dance, David Bowie. They had so many, out of the box kind of picks, and that's what I'm really looking for at this point. We've done all of the diva hits, sometimes now twice. Let's pull some fun, unexpected songs. And I feel like UK6 did that, and it paid off, because that cast was a cast of performers. Actavia. Are you kidding me? The challenges were incredible. The cast dynamic was incredible. It just is, again, it has that spark. It just has that thing. And that is what I think ties all of these seasons together, is it just has that feeling. And I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to, jinx it. I'm getting that feeling from Canada 6 after just one episode. I'm getting that feeling again. And I'm hoping, I'm just praying, don't fuck it up, Brooklyn Heights. Please don't fuck it up. Because Drag Race can be so good when it's good. But when it's bad, jail. So I want to know, of the seasons on this list, which is your favorite? And are there any seasons, international or otherwise, that you feel like I left off that should have been on this list? I hope all of you have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you are celebrating here in the US. And if you're not in the US, just be thankful that you aren't right now, because help us. The links to all of my social media are in the description down below, including Drag Duel. And we just had a Pokeball. And I know that some of you are fucking nerds, so you better go watch that Pokeball, because some of these looks are insane. It was amazing. It was incredible. This cast is killing it. And next episode is our tournament, which the lip syncs are crazy. The drag duels are crazy. So now you have a week to catch up. And I know some of you are off work too. So you have a week to catch up. 6 episodes to get ready for the tournament next week. That's what I said. Exactly. That's what I thought. As always, thank you to all of the members of my channel. I appreciate you all so much. I'm putting out rigged recap quick case videos every week on Drag Race Canada 6. And if you're wondering, the rigged recap will be returning soon with me and Kayla Says for season 18 with a little revamp. We're cooking. we're cooking up something, okay? So I can't wait to bring that to you whenever season 18 decides to drop its promo, usually like the second week of December. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will catch you all in the next one.